It's been a while since I've been to Aldi, and I've been trying to keep my grocery budget and succeeding most weeks to around $100. I've really been cooking a lot from my fridge, pantry, and freezer. And so today I'm gonna take you to Aldi with me. We're gonna see if we can stay right around that $100 budget, and we're gonna see what we can find because Aldi is always an adventure. So I do wanna get some grapes. The red grapes are cheaper than the green ones. They're $1.49 a pound. I just wanna make sure they're not mushy. A lot of times what I find is the green grapes are crispier, but sometimes you can get lucky with the red ones. Yeah, that seems fine. Really haven't been buying these chopped salad kits much anymore because I've been trying to make them at home, but this one's new and it's blueberry raspberry, and I actually have some goat cheese in the fridge at home that I think would go really well with this, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab it. I really wanted to see if I could get some wraps, like some regular whole wheat wraps, but I don't know, the only ones they have are like the low carb ones, and those don't always taste the best. They've got spinach, sun-dried tomato. They've got these protein wraps, but again, I just kind of wanted regular wheat tortillas. I don't think they have them. Some of the Aldi beers are kind of interesting, like, you know, the mango cart beer. This is Mango Ride. And then White Tide, I'm assuming that's supposed to be like Blue Moon. I'm interested to try this Lima Veza lime lager. I think I might try that. So this is interesting. These are like those Nutella cookies that you can get, like the brand name ones, except these are only $2.35. They have speculoos, Jaffa cakes. Oh, and then they also have these mini waffle cones. I'm not gonna get these because they're pricey, but these are so good. I think this was in the ad this week. Park Street Deli original or pesto pasta salad kit, $9. That's pricey. I mean, it looks good, and you'd probably spend $9 buying all this stuff to make it, but it does look good. Look at this whipped feta dip, $2.99. Feta cheese and yogurt mixed with extra virgin olive oil. They've got regular and red pepper. I don't even think this really sounds good. Do you? Maybe this one, hot honey cornbread mix for sure. I don't know about that. Cinnamon churro cornbread mix. I'm gonna pass. If you're doing any type of like charcuterie board for a party, make sure you come to Aldi because their selection of like crackers and flatbreads, and then even, well, I didn't show you guys, but like their salami and cheese and all of that selection is really good. These are new also, I think. Bite-sized pretzel crackers. Those actually sound good. The one I am eyeing over here is the hot honey chicken and a biscuit crackers. Adam loves chicken and a biscuit. I might get those for him to try. I'm in the aisle of shame, and they have they've rearranged my whole Aldi since I've last been here, so I'm a little bit disoriented, but they have some different pasta salad kits, elote, chipotle, and dill pickle. I don't know. I'm not gonna get it, but it looks interesting. Hummus crisps. Oh, Frank's Red Hot goldfish crackers. That sounds interesting. These chomps are so expensive, even here at Aldi. I mean, I guess these are big beef sticks. You get an 8 count, and it's freaking $16.28. That's kind of crazy. Eggs are down to $3.47, which is a little encouraging. Okay, so I'm so impressed. I only spent $88. I was actually a little bit surprised when she gave me the total because I thought, well, I wasn't even really, I mean, obviously I was being cognizant of like not to frivolously spend, but I feel like one of the reasons why I love Aldi is because you don't even need to go in with like that much of a plan unless you're like super frivolous and you're like putting everything into your cart. Everything is so cheap and the options are so limited that I feel like just shopping at Aldi in and of itself is such a good like budget grocery shopping hack. Obviously I know this, but I know everyone also in the country doesn't have access to an Aldi, but Anyway, let's go home and I'll show you what I got. So I've been loving filming these videos every week because I am showing you kind of how I'm using what I have in my fridge, freezer, and pantry while just buying minimal ingredients from the grocery store. My goal is to spend around $100 per week at the grocery store. And so that has really been helping me with my grocery budget. But another thing that I use on a regular basis and that actually I have used for years is Rocket Money. They help me with my budget, and thank you to Rocket Money for sponsoring today's video. Rocket Money is a personal finance app, and it actually allows you to manage your subscriptions, lower your bills, make a custom budget, and manage your savings all in one place. It's a super easy to use app that can really help you save more and manage your money better. I personally love using Rocket Money to manage my subscriptions. So we all know that the world has moved towards this like subscription model now, right? Where almost everything has like a recurring payment every month. And I feel like sometimes, well, I'll just speak for myself. Sometimes I feel like I sign up for things and then forget that I have a subscription to that thing. What Rocket Money does is it will actually make a list of all of your subscriptions so that you can keep track of them all in one place. I find that super helpful. You can cancel the ones that you don't want with just a few taps, which is super convenient. I think one of the main reasons why I like using Rocket Money is I have it connected to my bank account and they will send me email alerts. So if there's like a large transaction detected, it will send me an email alert. I can double check and be like, yes, that's something I authorized. We're good to go. And they also send me these like automated spending reports. So they'll compare like what you spent this week to what you spent last week, or what you spent this month to what you normally spend in a month. And I usually find that super helpful. In fact, as I've been consciously trying to spend less this year, I've been so pleased to get those emails saying like, last month you spent $2,000 on blah, blah, blah. And this month you only spent $500. And then I just feel like super good about that. They'll also like categorize your transactions for you. And if an uncategorized transaction comes through, I get an email about that as well. And with Rocket Money, you can set up a customized budget in seconds. The app shows you where your money is going at all times, and it can identify like top spending categories so you can easily see where your money is going. They'll also notify you about upcoming charges or when your balance is low to help you avoid overdraft and late fees. I highly recommend you guys check out Rocket Money. Like I said, I use it myself. I have the premium version. I endorse it fully. I think it is a fantastic product to help you keep your finances in check. So if you want to take control of your finances today, you can go to rocketmoney.com/Jen Chapin. That's rocketmoney.com/Jen Chapin and get started for free. So here's everything that I got from Aldi for $88.18. I feel like I got more when I was in the store, but when I have it all out here on the counter, here it is. Okay, I got a 5-pound bag of potatoes. I still need to meal plan for the week. I know I'm gonna make tonight for dinner, but we'll finish doing that after I show you what I got. So 5-pound bag of potatoes, I can use those for different things or even baked potatoes as a side. I got some strawberries, mostly for the kids' lunches and breakfast this week. Some romaine lettuce. I will chop this up for salads and wraps. This was my score of the day. So I don't know what day or if there is a certain day that Aldi does their meat markdowns, but I do always check when I go there but typically they'll put the 50% off stickers on the meats that either need to be used or frozen. So I got 5 packages of these chicken tenderloins. Each one was 50% off, which means that I saved about $13 to $14 on all of this chicken. So obviously I need to portion this out and freeze it before tomorrow, but chicken was one of the things kind of on my list that I wanted to get. So I was extremely excited to find that deal. I also got 2 mangoes. I've been wanting to get like ripe mangoes for a while and do a mango salsa. So that's what I was thinking of when I got these. Some cilantro. This is a little bit soggy in this bag, so I'm gonna wanna wash it right away, dry it, and get it in the fridge. Red grapes. I also got the Aldi brand of the medium buffalo wing sauce. This is comparable to, there's a Buffalo Wild Wings brand that sometimes I get from Walmart, or Walmart actually has their own brand as well. But one of the things that Connor really likes is buffalo chicken quesadillas. So we'll use that for those. Some of these chicken and a biscuit hot honey crackers. Excited to have Adam try those and see how they compare to regular chicken and a biscuit. I got some ham just for sandwiches. We already have turkey in the fridge, so just needed that. They were out of mozzarella cheese sticks, so I just got some of the cheddar cheese sticks, some Parmesan cheese for a recipe I'm gonna make this week, some cheddar cheese that I'm gonna shred for dinner tonight. This chopped salad kit, I showed that to you guys. 2 boxes of mac and cheese just to keep in the pantry for a quick emergency meal for the kids if we need it. Some of these deli rolls, Connor was saying that he wanted me to make him some sub sandwiches for lunch, so I thought these would be good for that. They had another brand there, but they were almost $2 more a package. These are pretty reasonable and they're good. I've had them before. I did get that lime beer, so we'll have to try that and see how it is. I'm assuming it's gonna be like Corona. Some of the canola oil spray. I actually bought this the last time I was at either Sam's or Costco, like it was probably over a year ago, and both of my cans expired. I really don't use this for hardly anything besides like spraying a cake pan when I'm baking, so I don't go through it very fast at all. I did pick up a big container of Gain laundry detergent. This was like the biggest expense. It was $15.94. So just to be fair, typically I don't count like household or personal care items when I'm looking at my $100 budget for the week. So I did include it in this total since I got it at Aldi, but just FYI. And then I don't know if I've ever tried this flavor of Celsius. It's the sparkling raspberry peach. So I got a couple of those. And then I've been looking for a scrub brush like this for my tile shower. Something that has like a sturdy handle. So hoping this will work for what I want to use it for. This was only $1.99. So we're towards the end of the week now, and I kind of wanted to share with you what I ended up making for dinner this week, based on like what I had on hand and everything that I got from Aldi. I actually have these like magnetic meal plan pads on the side of my fridge. I can link these down below. They're super inexpensive, and it helps me to kind of see and plan out for the week what we're gonna have. And then also if I fill it out, my family doesn't have to come and ask me every single night, Mom, what's for dinner? Because even if you have something planned for dinner, that question can be a little bit annoying sometimes, which you know what I mean if you have kids. So Monday, I actually made chicken tacos. I had the chicken on hand already from like a big pack that I had gotten at the grocery store the week before. I actually ended up making chicken tacos for the kids and Adam, and then I made myself like a taco chicken Caesar wrap. That was really good. I actually showed that in my last what I eat in a day video. I still have a few leftovers from that. I have this like Chipotle Caesar dressing, so we'll find something else to do that with. But chicken tacos are always something that I can make. I mostly kind of always have the ingredients on hand for tacos, and especially for this recipe, it didn't even call for taco seasoning. I just mixed together like cumin and chili powder, garlic powder, cayenne, that kind of stuff. And I basically have most of the ingredients on hand. I did use the cheese that I got from Aldi. And then Tuesday, I made chili in the crock pot. So that was entirely a pantry meal. I actually had a little baggie of frozen cooked ground beef that I had cooked a couple weeks back. And then in my pantry, I had all of the beans and tomatoes and things like that. Beans actually are something else that I cook from dried and keep them in my freezer, so I always have those on hand. And then I had a pack of hot dogs as well as a pack of hot dog buns in the freezer. And so my daughter actually doesn't really like chili, so sometimes when I make chili, I'll make a crock pot full of chili and then I'll use a small crock pot and cook hot dogs. So if people want chili dogs, they can have those, or if people just want hot dogs and, you know, grab some chips and fruit and stuff like that out of the pantry, they can do that as well. So that works really well on that night. And then I did not film this because I was kind of testing out this recipe, but I'm gonna make it again and film it for you guys because these were the best chicken strips I have ever made homemade at home, okay? I still have some left so we can crisp these up in the air fryer for another meal. But what I ended up doing with these chicken strips is these were just chicken breasts that I'm sorry, I said that totally wrong. These were the chicken strips that I showed that I got at Aldi, obviously. I took the tendons out of them. You can use a fork and a paper towel to like pull the tendon out. I think I've showed you guys that before. But what I ended up doing was I seasoned the chicken strips with salt and pepper, and then I dipped them in flour egg, and then here's the secret, okay? So instead of just using plain breadcrumbs or even panko breadcrumbs, if you use a half and half mixture of cornflake crumbs and plain dry breadcrumbs, it makes like the most delicious crispy coating you can ever imagine. Even Adam was like, oh my gosh, these are good. And then Connor's like, these are better than Cane's chicken strips. I'm like, you know what? That's high praise. I'll take that. I also had a box of mac and cheese in the pantry and then some green beans as well. So that's what we had on that night. And then Thursday night, I actually made lasagna. My kids do not really like lasagna, so I ended up making them just some pasta and some marinara sauce. But the reason why I did that meal was because, I don't even know if I can get it out, but I have a huge, oh, it's right here. I had a huge amount of marinara sauce left over. I guess it's like ground beef with marinara sauce. My daughter had a slumber party this last weekend for her birthday, and I made a pasta bar for all the people, all the girls that she had over, and I had a ton of meat sauce left over. And so I really wanted to use that up. And then I also basically had everything else. I had Parmesan, I had ricotta cheese. So that was super easy to kind of make up, and I only made a 9x9 dish of it because it was just Adam and I eating it, but now I have some left over that we can have for meals throughout the week. So typically when I'm meal planning, you guys can let me know how you do it, but most of the time I'm just really trying to meal plan for Monday through Thursday. So typically I have tried before to meal plan for the weekends and things like that, but a lot of times our schedule is a little bit unpredictable with activities that the kids have going on. We're at soccer tournaments and things like that. And sometimes after we spend all day at the soccer field, I'm like, I don't want to cook like even a little bit of an involved dinner. We'll just come home and have sandwiches or order pizza or something like that. And then Fridays are always our pizza/date night. So Adam and I will typically go out to eat. There's a brewery, local brewery here in town that we like to go to for drinks on Friday night, and then we'll go out and get something to eat. And then the kids usually just stay home and we order pizza for them. So it's kind of a nice like built-in night throughout the week that I know I don't have to cook. And so I don't know, let me know how many meals you guys plan for. This is obviously like changed over time, and now that my kids are older and we can do kind of like the on your own nights, that's what we do on the weekends sometimes too, or a lot of times on the weekend if I want to cook, I'll just make something that I have out of my fridge, freezer, and pantry, which is kind of how I've been managing it. But that has really worked for me. One thing I really found that was successful this week was kind of thinking about dinner like earlier in the day. So like deciding in the morning what I'm gonna make for dinner. Like that one day when I made the chili in the crock pot, that was so helpful to already have that figured out. And I didn't have to, like I didn't even have to think about it at the end of the day. Like everyone just comes home from school and work and they're like, oh, there's chili in the crock pot. We know, you know, what we're having for dinner tonight. And it kind of takes a lot of that mental load off. And so I feel like that's something, I don't know, that I just wanted to share with you. And even if you work like out, like I work from home when I'm not traveling, which obviously helps a lot. But even if you are working outside your home, you know, that's something that you can make freezer meals on the weekends. I actually want to do more freezer meal videos. I feel like there are a lot of misconceptions out there around freezer meals being like boring, bland, mushy, that kind of stuff. And so I kind of want to show how you can actually make things in your crock pot all day that aren't that are actually really good, and then you can like add things to at the end of the day to kind of like zhuzh them up a little bit. So let me know if you're interested in that. But if you are interested in seeing my most recent what I eat in a day, you can click on this video right here. Also, don't forget to check out Rocket Money. Love them, been using them for years. I'll have that link in the description box below, rocketmoney.com/Jen Chapin.